How we doing? Good, probably. I imagine it's fine. All right, cool. We're just gonna start working on stuff. We're not gonna explain what we're working on until someone pops in, because whenever someone pops in, we're gonna have to explain what we're working on anyways. And if you're watching later, then you're already gonna be, in for a penny, in for a pound, watching it all. So yeah, let's, let's just get to it. Goodness gracious. This is a rough piece. It took me a second to realize if that was a rough piece or a real piece. The real piece is really similar to the rough piece. Just so you know, just so you understand. Like there's a reason it looks weird. It's because it's weird. Gotta flatten it out first. Mostly flat, close enough. Actually, shouldn't do that. It's good foam. I don't want to wreck it. Hey, hey, hey. We are making, if you didn't get by the title, wherever that is for you guys, currently making a set of armor. Okay, the front and back, very simple right now because it's very flat. And then the thing that'll wrap around the body here. And that's kind of like the look of the armor we're going for, something like that. And that wraps around. But we're trying to make or recreate, to the best of our ability, Doom Guy's armor from the first Doom game, because I'm getting really hyped for Eternal. And Eternal's armor is way too complicated for me to just make for fun. So instead, we're doing the first guy's suit, which I think looks really cool. It's very clean. It's this really fun bright green color. I also like his helmet a lot. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Pretty simple. Just pretty much basic armor. He's got some little details here and there. We can always add some battle damage, some demon battle damage, but for the most part, it's pretty easy armor to make. I hope. I'll say that, and then next week I'll have a completely different set of foam and armor because this one didn't work out, and that's probably how it'll be, to be honest. But just patterning it out. I think I already cut this piece a few times, and I cut it out very poorly the first time, or the second time. No, the first time, yeah. And those pieces literally do not line up. So we're going to try to cut it correctly this time. I hope. Yikes. See, that's the worst part, is that I've built so many chainsaws, but each one I've built for Ash. So it actually doesn't even work. Ash's chainsaw, like, physically is not the incredible size that Doom Guy's chainsaw is. And I kind of want to make a gun for him. So we'll have to see. It's funny because Doom Guy and Ash both have very similar weapons in their arsenal. At least two weapons are, the boomstick, the chainsaw. Weapons of cool guys, I guess. Yeah, maybe we might make the chainsaw. It's honestly up in the air about whether or not I want to make a chainsaw. See, then it's like, that's the other end of it, right? The BFG. That's a big I don't know too, to be honest, because it's a lot of work. But it looks really cool. I didn't even use the BFG that much. I was always scared to use it because it only had so many charges. So I always saved it for a boss and then wasted 3 charges all at once. So I probably used the boomstick the most for taking care of lesser demons. I can already tell I don't think this pattern's gonna work out right. I hope it does though. But maybe on the BFG. I think I'm gonna make the armor and the helmet, and then fudge. Yeah, see, high point right there in the paper. Fudge. I did not get it flattened out with my weight and my Dr. Pepper. That is a bummer. How different do I think it's going to be? I'm just gonna push it down and hope it doesn't affect it. Like I said, this isn't like for anybody but me, and it's a fun project, so I can make it however I want. And if it looks bad, we'll just make it again. Now we get to do the ripping and tearing part. And ripping and tearing, like hopefully there is no ripping and tearing. Hopefully it's a super nice, clean cut. It's a whetstone, you're supposed to lick it. It looks really weird to a lot of people. So let's just get over that part, all right? Gotta make sure I sharpen this knife. I'm cutting with it all day. And even if I just sharpened it and then put it down, I'm gonna sharpen it again because I really don't want this thing to rip the foam. This is like the best part, most stressful part, steady hand. Gosh, he's gonna line up even. They should line up. Yeah, they should. Okay. All right. Okay, cool. Oh, don't screw this up, don't screw this up, don't screw this up. Oh, yeah, man. Ha ha ha. That felt like a really good cut. I hope the knife didn't like wiggle when I wasn't paying attention, which should have been never since I'm paying attention, but we'll see if it did or didn't here in a second. Oh, I could totally feel the knife bend at that time. That's the worst part about trying to do these smooth corners, is you can almost guarantee the knife is going to bend a little bit. So you're going to have to sand it down anyways. I'm probably going to sand this entire piece anyways, really. Let's see how, I hate it when it does that. Gross, that means my knife wasn't all the way down. Gross, gross, gross. Ugh, I hate it when it peels off like that and it doesn't just come clean off. Ugh, that is so nasty. We're gonna have to sand it down. Look at how smooth that one looks. Man, that is nice. It's sort of at an angle, but not really. So we can like really just lightly sand it. That is so dope. Nice. Very cool. Stay hydrated out there. Get just as dehydrated in wintertime as you can in summertime. In fact, it seems drier sometimes. I don't really have like a dry nose. I know I just sniffed, but it's not really a problem I normally have. That piece. Yeah, the girl that's driving me mad is going away. Yeah, he's got a ticket to ride. She's got a ticket to ride. She's got a ticket to ride. They don't care. Shine so high. She had to do right, gotta do by me. Goodbye. She had to do right by me. I'm looking at that from a really bad angle. Ugh, is this whole piece almost stuck together? A bunch of it is. Not the whole thing though. Gross, gross. Hate it. Let's see if I cut it right. Let's see if they match up. They match up a lot better than the last ones did, I'll tell you that much. They are going to need to be sanded a lot though. I can tell that there are some weird angles. Gotta say, dude. Yeah, there's a lot of weird angles, but they are fairly lined up. So like this looks pretty lined up to the camera, and I swear the last pieces, it was literally like this, and that was me like lining up the back side, and then the front side was like off by like a ½ inch. It was so bad. Basically, we're gonna glue these two here, and that's like the front part of his armor, where his like stomach is coming through or whatever. So like it goes like this, and then it bends completely around his body is basically how that's gonna go. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, but we gotta sand this. We gotta sand this bad boy down. It's gonna be light sanding though, so that's like super nice. Which is really cool. So yeah, let's see. What time is it? 8:13. That's pretty cringe, not gonna lie. All right, you guys didn't ask me to play on my phone. I should be cosplaying, not replying messages. Do it anyways. All right. Oh, it's not plugged in. Are you serious? Out of all the cords that I have down here, this one isn't plugged in. You can make me look messy on stream. All right. Safety first. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, I don't care for that one so much, Adam. Not gonna lie. Not a big fan of choice words there. Do not care for it at all. All right. It might get a little loud, but that's okay. It's a sacrifice for you guys that I'm willing to make to continue doing what I want to do. And to get on the road again. Shouldn't be too loud. It's only gonna be on like 20. So yeah, but it's gonna be a little loud. Headphone warning. Fudge. See that? That's what I call the Dremel nix it. Takes a lot of foam out of it. Lucky for us, it's on a seam, that just means the seam won't hold as well. But if it was on anywhere here, I'd have to say, oh, that's battle damage, or totally recut the piece. And I'm thankful I don't have to recut the piece, basically. No, it's no, like it's not worth that much work, Jamie, really. Thank you, Chance. I'm not good at HeroClix, but I will take that. I do appreciate that. No, like I can fill it. I don't know, to be honest with you, because then I have to glue it as a seam, right? I don't know how well the epoxy or whatever I use to fill it would take the glue as much. It really doesn't matter. It's really not that big of an oopsie. Maybe if I did it on this part, I would probably fill it, and that'd be fine because it's not on a seam and it doesn't have to be glued, so it probably wouldn't be weak at all. But I would normally probably fill any mess up when I'm totally done with the foam and it's totally put in place and where it's like going to be, so there's no bending, you know, making the epoxy move around. So yeah, that's probably what I would do if it happened here. But for this armor in general, if I do mess up, I will probably just add it as battle damage, unless it just looks too smooth and not like battle damage, because you can bite with the Dremel and just do a perfect little loop-de-loop because of how a rotary tool works, and that just isn't believable battle damage and looks really stupid. Just looks dumb. So yeah, no, that totally is an option. I think this piece for the most part is pretty good, except for this piece right here. I don't care for it. That's better. That's better. We'll roll with it. We'll move on to this one. I can tell there's going to be more work needed on this one. Yeah, yes. I will be playing Friday and Saturday. Yeah, I will not be. I'll be playing 300 points Modern Age, but not normally. I'm going to play random stuff. So if you're looking for practice on testing new ideas, I won't be very helpful. So I'm playing a Josiah X Warrior team because I think it'll be fun. So yeah, but I will be there. You gotta battle damage the battle damage. Yeah, if it looks like some real like girly battle damage, like some loop-de-loop looking stuff, like no, it's not battle damage. Get out of here. Mess it up. What was I looking for? I needed something. There was a problem I was having while I was standing, and it was bothering me, and I don't remember what I wanted. But I know it's down there somewhere in my infinite wisdom. Wasn't that? I guess if I forgot, it probably wasn't that important. Way too long. My original plan for Friday, because it's 300 modern, was play 10 sidewinders and see how well that team works. I thought it'd be pretty good. I thought it'd be pretty dope. I mean, it would be bad, obviously, but I was just curious to see how well 10 sidewinders could hold up. The only bad thing is that, like, for a fact, 10 sidewinders can't beat 20 Wendigos or 10 Tri-Sentinels for that matter. So point system might not be what it is. Ooh, All right, okay, on that note, I'm gonna go back to sanding then. Mad, big, angry. That's a mood right there, Lucas. Thanks, bud. Yeah. Got excited for drinking a white trash drink. Pabst Blue. Ugh. Excuse you. I like a little sweetness. You know those Dr. Pepper commercials? Ooh, little sweetness, because they're diet. I thought they're funny. Diet Dr. Pepper basically tastes exactly like normal Dr. Pepper. It really does. There's basically no difference. That's what I tell myself, so I don't have sugar. Yeah, that was pretty good. Should I put these together? Probably. Understand. I was born a rambling man. All right. I'm gonna do some gluing. We need to get these pieces out of here. This guy in here. See now. I get the hold up. There's like a sir, and then I will fight you. I assume the sir is for Pabst Blue Ribbons for Jamie, and I imagine the I will fight you is normal Dr. Pepper for Lucas. I think that's the duality of man in one. Or maybe they're both for the Dr. Pepper, because I really don't think there's a difference. There really is. I don't think there is. Ugh. It does not. It does not. It tastes really good. It literally tastes the exact same. This is coming from someone who hasn't had a pop in like a couple of months, like a normal pop. But I'm loving Diet Dr. Pepper. It's that little bit of
no sugar, no calories that I need for a little bit of sweetness. You know, it's good. It's good. I think it's good. I really don't. I really can't tell the difference. Cody, what's up? I'm not a liar. This isn't a lie. This is the truth. It's a Citadel lie. Honest Abe. Scout's honor. Whatever. We have to wait for that to dry. So it's going pretty good, Cody. It's going pretty good. We're working on Doom Guy's armor from the first Doom game. Doom, I believe was the name. Was Doom. Do. I'll drink this whole Diet Dr. Pepper just to prove to you how good it is. I won't do that. That's a lie. But it is good. It is tasty. But yeah, making Doom Guy's armor, getting excited for Doom Eternal. All that good stuff. All that good stuff. Flexing on people with my AirPods. All that stuff. Yeah, having a good time. I gotta wait for this to dry. There's really nothing else I can do. Not dry, but you know, get tacky, dry enough to stick it together. Yep, that's what it. That's what it be. That's what it do. Ah. So, you got any hobbies? Any interests? That's all I got. That's all I got. Wow, that's so crazy. Me too. Maybe we should go out on a date sometime. Go to the old Shake Shack. Get a little burger and fry. I can take you out to the Cove or whatever people do. I don't know. Just trying to fill the awkward silence that's happening right now because this is drawing and there's really nothing else to do. That's why these bad boys were invented, so I can waste time. The face camera doesn't work when I have my vent mask on, though. It's a real shame. It's a real shame. Yeah. Dang. Here's the thing, though. If I'm gonna mend some fence, I got to get paid for it. Long walks. Yeah. I can't remember the last time I've been on a long walk or if I enjoy them or not. That's where I'm at, I guess. Oh, you mean the old cap? Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Where did I put it? It was really right here. I had an old joke too, and it's not here. Shoot. Oh, there it is. My cap. It's a cap, and it's got the Captain America shield. The cap. I know what you're talking about. Show her the old cap. Yeah, I gotcha. I gotcha. Are you dry yet? Oh, heck yeah, bud.
Ugh. Look at that. Look at that nice clean seam right there. That's pretty good. I'll let that dry a little bit. And I'm going to take a sip of my nice, cool, refreshing Diet Dr. Pepper by the Snapple Company. Dr. Pepper, get a little sweetness in your life. Delicious and not at all like battery acid. I love it. Always zero sugar, 0 calories. Diet Dr. Pepper. Find it in a gas station or Walmart near you. Casey's. Get out of Casey's. Get some Casey's pizza, some Diet Dr. Pepper. That's a wild, wild night. Dr. Pepper hits a little different. Yeah. That's so good. All right. Let's see how real this seam is. Seam looks good. It's a good seam. Breaking props. Like that popular show set in Arizona about meth that I've never seen. That's a good idea. Not a half bad idea, I'd say. All right. So basically, how that's gonna look is this gonna be like this sort of? Yeah, do this way. And it sort of like just goes around me like that. That's like the basics of the suit here. No, we want. We're gonna put the back together. And basically this will slip over top. Look at that. Daniel just shows up and he knows exactly what we're doing. My goodness, this guy. Can't take him anywhere. He always spoils the endings of movies 20 minutes in. Yeah, we're making Doom Guy. I didn't think we were that iconic of armor yet, based on his kind of waist part. How do people not know what a Casey's is? That doesn't make any sense to me. Even I know, and there weren't any Casey's West River when I grew up. But like I knew they existed because most of my, shouldn't say friends, I didn't have any friends. Relatives, I guess, probably. When we visit relatives, they talk about Casey's, how it's like the best pizza. And when they're from the city, they're like, don't you country folk like Casey's? And I'm like, I don't know. What the hell's a Casey's? Got a Conoco, though. But even though, like, now in my time, an adult, I know what a Casey's is. Look at this guy. I mean, just still, Daniel, you impressed me. I can't believe you knew exactly what we were building. Right off the bat. Right off the cusp. We're going to put these two ends together. Oh my gosh. These ends almost don't line up. How about I had a heart attack? I'm not going to lie. Boom. And then we have to go from there to figure out how everything else lines up. Let's put those bits together, huh? Oh, that is also true. I forgot I gave a hint. I completely forgot I had a hint. That's right. Yeah. See, James wouldn't know what a Casey's is because he's a loser. Ooh, no. It's probably a Midwestern thing. Probably a Midwestern thing. Like how I don't know what an In-N-Out is. Obviously, the fact that I said it means I do know what an In-N-Out is, but you get my drift. You guys get my drift. Oh, I love the ranch. I'm not gonna lie. I love the Pizza Ranch. It's not as good as it used to be. It seems like there's a little something missing. When I go to the ranch nowadays and I get their pizza, it's like that doesn't quite taste the same. But I do like going to the ranch. I'm not gonna lie. That's after a long, hard day of work, we drive to Pier, 45 minutes away. The far superior sheets. Sheets of what? I have been to an In-N-Out. I still think they're nothing special. It's just a cheeseburger. Casey's is a chain out of Iowa, very Midwestern, just like Pizza Ranch. Yeah, Pizza Ranch is good though. Like I could say I go and buy all my supplies from a Runnings, and then literally no one would know what a Runnings is because it is like only the Midwestern states, not the fake Midwestern states like Ohio and all those other ones that call themselves Midwest. I went to high school where the first ranch started. Very nice. Basically. So yeah, that's my Midwestern. I still don't even like the fact that South Dakota is called Midwest. I think we're too far north to be considered mid, but they throw us in there, I guess. But whatever. But I mean, yeah, whatever. Jeez, this stuff does make you burp though. My gosh. I was weaned on. Pizza Ranch is so good. It is so good. It used to be. I don't know why. It just doesn't seem the same anymore. Their chocolate cactus bread is like different. I don't know if it's like super good, but it tastes all right. Like it's kind of like, I say it's like new, but they probably had it for like a year or so now. Yeah.
I don't want that. Okay. There we go. It's a better shape.
That's what it is. I put the mask on and then I decided to heat form it. CC's. I think it's called the CC's. Is that the buffet one that's like a Golden Corral but not a Golden Corral? That's what I want to say a CC's is. I'm pretty sure it's what a CC's. I'm pretty sure I've seen a commercial for a CC's. They used to have like a thing with like pennies, right? Like pennies were outside the restaurant. Is that any of that right for a CC's commercial? In the recesses of my mind. That could be wrong. Could be wrong. It's like Pizza Ranch, just a pizza buffet. Yeah, see, I think it's buffet. See, I think I got it right. Pretty sure I got it right.
Okay, doesn't know about the pennies. I bet if you type in CC's pennies, you'll find a commercial. I'm like 90% sure. It used to be on TV all the time. I hope I'm just not crazy and that wasn't like a fever dream that I had about pennies one day. So now we gotta wait for this to dry, which is pretty cool. It's pretty neat. Voltage, high voltage, rock and roll. Tony, I'm so glad you asked, Tony. Nice, nice. Yeah, I think Doomguy and Samus have very similar like helmets. Armor-wise, pretty different with the armor, but yeah, they both are cool. I always wanted to do a cosplay like that, where it's like, you know who that character is, and you're just like, you don't expect that person to be under the mask. For the longest time, I wanted to like make a Black Panther costume, just so when I take it off, it's me, and not like who they would expect to be Black Panther, you know? All right, see you, Lucas. Have a good one. See you, bro. Reese's Pieces. So yeah, I think being like Samus, then it's like, I'm a dude. Check it out. think that'd be pretty funny. Exactly. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Especially if you have like the long hair coming through, like it'll really throw people off. Yeah. So anyway, Anthony, we are building the Doomguy armor. Start with like the lower parts of it. We want to see how far we get tonight. We've already been at it for 40 minutes. I don't think it's going to be too long. I don't think we're going to get too much done. But this is where we're at right now. Just waiting for it to dry. And then I got to cut out some more pieces, / like line some things up. So it's going to be a little bit. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Oh, that is straight up wet. That is gross. Ugh. Ugh. That's a really good question. I start from the bottom down, so like feet up. But I'm making the torso first, and I don't know what Doomguy's boots look like at all. So, yeah, I guess if it's a full body armor, I start with the boots and I start making the boots, and then I go up. I only made armor one other time, you know? Yeah, dude, this is the Dead Maw 5 variant. It's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. I love going to raves, staying up past my bedtime, glow sticks, all that stuff. But yeah, I just think for Doomguy, I just want to make his torso armor and then his helmet, which are the most noticeable things. And then I'll worry about getting everything else later. Like he's got a pretty cool belt. He probably just has combat boots in the first one. I don't remember, to be honest. So yeah. Yep. But normally if it's just like torso armor, like if it's like Doomguy here or like Jean Arc, where it's basically just his torso is the only thing that has armor. I relatively just start with that, I guess, because there's no other choice. But I also don't build armor a whole lot, and I kind of don't like wearing it, and I kind of, sort of half enjoy making it. So it depends. I'm not the stereotypical male cosplayer that just makes armor. Yeah. Let's see where this is at. We are like almost there. Not quite. Probably, actually, I would say.
There we go. Boom, there it is. This is the front, and then this is the back. It's fairly simple. I'm going to see how that fits here. Check it out. We're going to do up and around. Wow, look at that. All right. This is it. Might not have not entirely thought this one through. So I've got to get my shoulders through there. All right, cool. Very cool. Oh, my waist is also too big. Okay. This is why we make things months ahead of the convention. So when we eventually screw it up, like we just did, I would have thought, nope, definitely can't. Cool. Sick. Very, very happy with how that turned out. Very nice. Oh, unimpressed. Unimpressed. All right, I think we're just gonna have to leave the seam open on the backside then. What's the best? Now I gotta look back at the reference materials. What's the best way to make this work? Oh, geez. Looking at reference is not very interesting for people to watch me do, but I legitimately have no idea. Oof. This is a pretty big oof. Should we end it there? That's a pretty funny note to end it on, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that really sucks. Dang. Dang. Yikes, dude. I think it'd be easiest to leave the back open. Yeah. Rats. That sucks. But I think before we leave the back, I think we're gonna leave it glued together. And then I think we're gonna glue the back piece on. Yeah. Then we're gonna leave it together. We're gonna glue the back piece on, and then we'll see. Yeah. We're gonna glue this whole back piece on first, and then we'll cut it down the middle, and then we'll make Velcro or something for the armor. Dang, that sucks so much. I'm so miffed at that. I'm so just slightly perturbed and bothered by that. You have no idea. Rats, man. Rats. I think I need to sand this down so it's smoother, that's for sure. Goodness gracious. I'm very bummed that didn't work out. Very, very, very bummed. Very unimpressed, very bummed. That sucks. I gotta finish off this Diet Dr. Pepper though before I start sanding. Otherwise, we're gonna get dust particles in the armor, in my can actually. This is why. So we start early. I realize nothing is happening right now. That is because my brain is still reeling with the fact that I measured all of this out and I forgot to realize that I had shoulders or hips when I built this. Wow, I really thought I was just gonna be able to just slip that over my head. I'm not gonna lie. Goodness gracious. I've been building EVA foam for 4 years now. For about 3 years now, and I still do stuff like this. That, yikes, goodness gracious. I'm just gonna put the Dr. Pepper over here and hope no dust particles get in it. Hope that I don't spill it. All right, let's get to sanding before we. Tony's here for the ride. Take your time. Don't worry about it. No, we shouldn't let the existential dread set in too much. Oh, you know what I can do before I sand though? I need to get the marks ready for this piece. So I need to take this guy. And I need to trace it along this guy because I forgot to add these when I first cut this piece out. This is going to help me line up when I eventually. Ah, fudge. Yeah, well, whatever. I realized something else I forgot to do as well, but it didn't exist, so that's fine. So basically, we're making registration marks, making them too late in the game, but making them nonetheless. And what that's going to do is it's going to help us line our pieces of foam up when we glue them together. You see these little black marks? Those are registration marks. So I put them each on these pieces of foam independently So that way, when I was gluing, I made sure they would line up exactly. So we'd have a pretty smooth meet up there with our foam. And we basically do that. This is the thing they do in sewing as well. So it's fairly normal technique. With those that don't sew and don't make foam or don't craft or whatever, which is perfectly cool, aka those that have a life, don't know what registration marks are, allow me to introduce them. Now basically, I'm cutting little triangles, so that way when I trace along a piece of paper, my Sharpie catches, and it will show you where they go. Put the weight on there. Make sure that lines up for the most part. Cool. Now we're just going to go through and add registration marks. Fairly simple. Boom. So our normal piece went from being your bone average piece of foam to having these little dots along the edges. So that way, when we glue it, here's the front, you can sort of see those dots. It's going to meet up with them. So that way we make sure we glue straight, like that. Got it? Get it? Got it? Good. Cool. Wow, this piece needs sanding down too. We're going to sand this. 52 minutes in, we're not going to go for longer than an hour, so let's just go ahead and get sanding. And catch you guys next week. If by next week all of this is done, I'll be so impressed, because that's just a real shot in the dark, if that could ever happen. There's nothing that 100 man could ever do. There's still going to be a really big dip in it. Yeah. All right. I need to find the center of this piece so I can line it up to the center of this piece at the very least. I don't need a ruler. I need the original print. Oh, the original pattern. There we go. I can use my registration marks that I just made to help line it up, actually. The center is a little miffy. But I think that's where it is. Now it's time to see if those line up. Ooh, that looks pretty good. Boom, there's center. Bada bing, bada boom. I think that earned us a nice draw from our Dr. Pepper. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. As always, 0 calories, 0 sugar. Diet Dr. Pepper, wherever in stock stores are found. And then I'm going to glue this bad boy here. That is, I can already tell it's going to be a pain in the butt to glue. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, I can already tell it's going to be a pain in the butt. I think because I have to cut this piece in half anyways, listen to this. I think because this needs to be cut in half, I'm going to cut it in half anyways. I think I'm going to glue it on, cut in half. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Because it'd be a lot easier to glue on that way. It would be a lot easier to glue on that way. Let's try to find true center a little bit better here. We're exactly 8 inches from here to here. So exactly, and I mean exactly 4 inches. We will not be using a Sharpie, but using an X-Acto knife to mark off exactly 4 inches. Because that is how exact it needs to be. All right. Wow, that is so close. Boom. And these are going to be our back pieces when it's all said and done. The back piece and chest pieces look the exact same. Yes, I know, but that's okay. Because they're literally just going to do this. And be an armhole. Should be fairly simple. We're at 59 minutes, though. And I'm going to say thank you so much to everyone. What the hell? Oh, it's dust. Okay. I was so worried there for a second. That looked so odd. Thank you, everybody that stopped in on the live stream. Saw us make some stuff. Saw us fail pretty spectacularly. Not really spectacularly. Pretty averagely, I'd say, on camera. Thank you to Diet Dr. Pepper for sponsoring this video. They weren't a sponsor, but it'd be great if they were. Anyway, so yeah, that was Doom Guy, part 1 of Doom Guy. Hopefully next Wednesday or Saturday. It won't be Saturday. Next Wednesday, probably. When we come back to live in the prop shop, maybe. We'll have a lot more done, and you'll be able to see. Maybe we'll be working on the helmet. How cool would that be if we totally got the armor done, and now we're working on the helmet? Anyways, stay cool, stay classy, and I'll see you in the next one.